Nobel Peace Prize race is heating up. Around 338 global nominations are in the mix this year. Among the contenders is US President Donald Trump. He's joined in the nominations by Imran Khan, late Pope Francis. Billionaire Elon Musk is also nominated for his free speech advocacy. Along with all this mix, Malaysia's Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim is also one of the names. Just hours before the Nobel Peace Prize announcement, former US President Donald Trump has launched a scathing attack on Barack Obama, claiming he got the award for doing nothing back in 2009. Trump also claimed that he himself stopped 8 wars and brokered peace in Gaza. Trump insisted he didn't seek the award, but made clear that he believes he's far more deserving. In a dramatic endorsement, the Israeli Prime Minister's office made an AI-generated picture at the same time and has said that Trump deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. In fact, that is the very visual that we're bringing to you. And speaking of, with that, let's quickly take a look at the reactions that's come in.
And in Africa, we saved the Congo with Rwanda. They've been fighting for 31 years, 10 million people dead. I got that one done, and very proud of it. So if this works out, we'll have 8 in 8 months. That's pretty good. Nobody's ever done that. Will you get the Nobel Prize? Absolutely not. They'll give it to some guy that didn't do a damn thing. They'll give it to a guy that wrote a book about the mind of Donald Trump and what it took to solve the wars. And he'll get the Nobel Prize will go to a writer. No, but well, let's see what happens. But it's be a big insult to our country. I will tell you that. I don't want it. I want the country to get it. But it should get it because there's never been anything like it. Think of it. So if this happens, I think it will. I don't say that lightly because I know more about deals than anybody. This is what my whole life was based on.
I know this, that nobody in history has solved 8 wars in a period of 9 months. And I've stopped 8 wars. So that's never happened before. But they'll have to do what they do. Whatever they do is fine. I know this. I didn't do it for that. I did it because I saved a lot of lives. And that's the thing that bothers me so much about the Russia-Ukraine. 7,000 people are dying a week. Young soldiers. They're almost all soldiers of Ukraine and Russia. So in theory, it doesn't affect us, no, but it's a terrible thing. And we'll get that solved too. But nobody has ever done 8 wars. Nobody's done 8 wars in 30 years, let alone 9 months. Obama got a prize. He didn't even know what he got. He got elected, and they gave it to Obama for doing absolutely nothing but destroying our country. No, he was not a good president. The worst president was Sleepy Joe Biden. But Obama was not a good president.
Are you going to do something with the
They gave him a prize. How many months after he won the election, then they gave him the Peace Prize, right?
It was right after he was elected.
My election was a much more important election.
We'll bring in Pranay back into the conversation in this bulletin. Pranay, let's understand. Gaza comes in much later when we speak of nomination, or rather nomination criteria for Donald Trump. But all the claims of the interventions and mediations, successful ones that have been made by Trump for the past few wars, there are roughly around 7 that he has referred to. Are they enough for him to get a Nobel Peace Prize at this point?
I don't think so, Shreya, that there is a criteria for the numbers of the war or the peace effort that is for the committee to decide, and we are only hours away. Precisely, if you say that India time at around 2:30 p.m., that will be the time when the Nobel Peace Prize will be announced in Oslo by the Norwegian Nobel Peace Prize Committee. So we cannot say for sure that what criteria they will be applying to screen through the nominations and the names. But definitely, if you see the Gaza peace effort, or if you see the various other, peace effort by US President Donald Trump, as far as the Trump administration and his personal involvement in these peace effort, we cannot deny the fact that he is actually remaining committed for brokering a peace. Whether those efforts are successful or unsuccessful, that is a different debate. But at least he has expressed his desire to broker a peace deal, be it a Russia-Ukraine Syrian conflict, or be it a Gaza peace, initiative. He definitely proposed that. As far as the timeline is concerned, you rightly said that the deadline for the nomination of a Nobel Peace Prize ended on 31st of January 2025, while President Donald Trump, resumed he was sworn in on 20th of January 2025.
Right.
So that was only an 11-day window for the nomination, for a fresh nomination based on these peace initiatives.
So it's something that we still are awaiting, and very shortly we shall get to know. Pranay, thank you for all those details and setting context to the entire story that we've been following very closely. But viewers, who actually gets the Nobel Peace Prize and how is it decided? Akshata Nandgopal breaks it down in this India Today Explainer. Let's take a look.
Is everything you need to know about the coveted Nobel Peace Prize. The Nobel Peace Prize is one of the most prestigious international awards given annually to individuals or even organizations that have made significant contributions to peace. So who gets the Nobel Peace Prize? Well, the creator of the award, Alfred Nobel, said, and I quote, "The person who shall have done the most or the best work for fraternity between nations, for the abolition or reduction of standing armies, and for the holding and promotion of peace congresses." So who decides the winner? Well, the Nobel Peace Prize is awarded by the Norwegian Nobel Committee, which is appointed by the Norwegian Parliament. It has an interesting mix of politicians, of academics and public figures. Essentially, 5 members are in this committee. The committee may be chosen by the Norwegian Parliament but is known to operate independently from the government. Nominations for the Peace Prize are open from September to January 31st every year, and usually there are hundreds of nominations every single year. Members of Parliament and government, previous Nobel laureates, international judges, heads of peace organizations, all of them can go ahead and nominate individuals. There's then a rigorous process to choose who will win. The committee receives a shortlist and detailed reports from a group of experts at the Norwegian Nobel Institute. The committee then deliberates in secret and typically votes in October. Finally, the award is presented in a formal ceremony on December 10th every year.